I can speak from firsthand experience. Burnout is a state of being no one should ever have to experience. And statistically speaking, I am not alone. A lot of us have experienced some degree of burnout since COVID has taken over our daily lives. For entrepreneurs and small business owners, the struggles can seem magnified. Today, we chat with Chou Hallegra on ways we can recognize and avoid burnout and take care of our mental health. Hey there, and welcome to the Marketing 101 for Small Business Owners podcast. I am your host, Philippa Channer, and I am a content marketing strategist. I love helping entrepreneurs and small business owners create, implement, and measure their marketing plans and content strategies. I started this channel to help business owners like yourself take control of their marketing and get more effective results. And for the month of May, in honor of mental health awareness, I'm sharing a small series on the effects that marketing and social media can have on our mental health. Over these 4 weeks, I've touched on different ways both the consumption and content creation of marketing messages can really impact the state of our mental health. And today, I want to introduce you to Chou Hallegra. She is the founder of Grace and Hope Consulting, where she provides consulting, coaching, and training to promote resilience, social emotional learning, human potential, and belonging. Chou helps professionals reduce stress, increase productivity, and find balance so they can win at home and at work, in business, and in the ministry. She helps organizations become more effective and profitable by maximizing workplace well being and facilitating inclusive practices. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation and walk away with some practical tips that you can apply to your journey towards a better you. All right, Chou Allegra, thank you so much for taking your time to be with me and speak to my audience about mental health awareness and marketing.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, I want to jump right into the questions. I know you are a busy woman, and I've been thinking about mental health and health awareness just a lot.
Mhm.
I just the condition that people are in, especially with COVID.
Right.
We've seen a lot of people using the phrase mental health,
Mhm.
a lot of awareness about mental health going around with all the isolation we
Yeah.
have. And I've also seen a lot of awareness about
Hmm.
burnout specifically. So I wanted to talk about that because I experienced a period of burnout last summer. And I wanted to see, what could you share with us about burnout and what we should be aware of?
Yeah. So, as entrepreneurs, as people in business, right, we get into business because we love what we do. We know that we're bringing value. And sometimes we get so focused on putting on everybody and everything else that we
Mm,
literally become the last person on our to do list. Right. And when we
yes.
pour, just think about it as a regular, if you have a pitcher, and I think like in the summer when my kids love lemonade, right? And you keep
Yeah.
pouring from that big pitcher into all the glasses that you have in front of you. And eventually the pitcher will be empty and there'll be nothing else left to
Yeah.
pour. That's when burnout happen. When you can, people think, oh, we get burnt out because we're doing the wrong thing. We get burnt out because we're pursuing too many things at once. No, you can also get burnt out doing the right thing, the things you're passionate about, the things you love, and you just
Yes.
get spent, literally, and it affects you emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, also in your relationships. Because when you're burnt out, nothing else seems to work because you have nothing else to give to anything or anybody else for that matter. Right. And so
Wow.
I think, with everything, prevention is key, right? It's being intentional about
Mhm.
planning, what will happen when I have to do X, Y, and Z. So I often say, even for my client, I say, don't think about the month, don't think about the year. Yes, I know the marketing standpoint, you have to kind of plan those, your quarterly marketing plan and all of that. That's good. But in the
Yeah.
day to day, what are you doing to plan for your own wellness, your own well being? So
I
my suggestion is when you start your day and you look at your agenda for the day, I have 4 or 5 meetings. What do I need to do first for me before I go do those 4 meetings? It's almost like putting gas in your car before you travel. If you're driving to the next town, the ten, no, the next town, you might only need maybe a quarter tank. You'll be fine. But if you're going to Maryland, from Maryland to Virginia, depending where you are in Maryland, right? You might need a little more than a quarter tank. And so
Mhm.
when you know what's coming up, what you have on your plate, what you have on your calendar, then you plan accordingly. Fuel, put fuel into your tank first so that you can go the distance or whatever it is that you have to do. And so,
And
go
now,
ahead.
what what does that fuel look like when you say put fuel in the tank? Like, so how does what does fuel look like for different
Yes, I was
people?
going right there. You read my mind. So feel will be different for each one of us. So for me, when I start my day, the things that bring me joy, the things that give you peace, the things that help you feel grounded, feel balanced. Right? And for me, it's starting my day with prayer in the morning. It's starting with
Hmm.
meditation. It's making time to journal my intentions for the day. Not just what I'm going to
Hmm.
do. That's usually on my to-do list. That's usually on my calendar. But how do I want to feel at the end of the day? So FEEL, right? And I start journaling
Hmm.
about that, putting that intention out, so that when I start going for I go through my day and I feel like I'm I'm off balance, and realize, oh, I am not meeting this intention that I set for myself. Then I need to adjust. I need to look back and say, okay, where did I get off my train here, right? So for you, what are those things that fill your cup emotionally, physically? Maybe it's some people love to work out in the morning and get and get all the good chemicals and hormones running produced in the body so they can have the stamina for the day. Right? Maybe
Yes.
for me, like when before I moved to this where I am now, my room used to overlook this beautiful mountain. So for me, just I'll wake up super early in the morning just so I can catch the sunrise. That was it. It was honestly that was the one thing I miss about being there at that place. So what is it for you? It will look different for each one of us. And I also know for myself, if I start my day at taking care of my family first, I feel more productive no matter what I do afterwards. But if I start and I'm like, responding to email and I'm making phone calls, I'm seeing clients, I'm writing, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, did my kids get on the classes yet? So my kids do cyber school. Well, oh, did we plan dinner yet? I feel out of shape, like
Mm.
out of sync, I should say. Right. But if I start and like I start fill my own cup first, like I say, for me, the meditation, the prayer, the journaling, and then I go, take wake my kids up, make sure that they have what they need, and everybody's up, doing their classes. I'm putting dinner in the crock pot, or defrosting something, and then I get on my computer to work. I kid you not, at that moment, I feel so productive even before I touch anything that's business related, because the things that are important to me got taken care of first. So the way you prevent burnout, sorry, it's not just filling your cup before you pour into anybody else, but you start filling those cups in front of you that are most important in your life.
I love that because usually when I think of burnout, I think of people getting burned out at work.
Mm-hmm.
But you did mention some, some work aspects, but you're taking a more holistic, approach to it.
Yes.
So I feel like, do people just get burned out in one area of their life, or is it more a complete package?
A little bit of both. Because
Okay.
here's what I look at it. Because when you can get burned just in one area, it can be just at
Okay.
work. When you're so drained that you can't focus at work, you can kind of lose the joy and the passion you had, although it's something you actually enjoyed. But when you're in that state at work, when you get home, also might feel like something is just off. It might have something to do with
Mm-hmm.
home per se. It might have nothing to do with your relationships per se. But because one area of your life is out of balance, out of sync, you feel out of balance, out of sync. That makes sense. And I think we're
Yeah.
so used, so just custom, I think, in our culture to put things into compartments. Like this is my work life, this is my relationship life, this is my friendship, this is this. But what I do with the work that I do, and I know my own life, what I notice is one area always impact another. If I'm stressed out at
Mm.
work, I'll come home being irritable and it has nothing to do with my kids, right? But just like I've been
Yeah.
stressed out all day long. Don't ask me for anything else, right? And then when maybe my spouse or my partner will be like, "Hey, do you want to sit and watch a movie?" I don't have time for this. I'm too drained, right? But it had
Yeah.
nothing to do with them. You see what I mean? So one area, like each area will life always flow into another. So even with someone struggling with finances, for example, and like, okay, money's tight right now. If money's tight, that means I can't go out and eat as much often I wanted to. I can't do as many social activities with my friends. Then I still feel disconnected, right? And I still think that disconnected. For those are people, faith is like, okay, why is God not providing for me? Then my faith started, I start questioning my faith, start questioning, where God is. The financial stressor becomes, it has an impact on your relationship, has an impact on your spirituality. You see what I mean? So I don't really buy into this thought that, it's only one area of your life. When one area is impacted, every other area can also be impacted.
Okay, that makes a complete sense because I can feel it
Hmm.
the same way where, yeah, if I'm frustrated at home, nobody's doing what I think they should be doing at home, taking care of the house. Um, as soon as I hit work, I carry that frustration with me and vice versa. If clients are, disappointing me or really pressuring me, I'm in turn, I feel like I'm pressuring my family. So it definitely is an impact. But it sounds like what you're saying is the start of the day is the most important. Getting that grounding and spending some time on yourself first
Hmm.
can help everything else.
Yes, yes, exactly.
I love it. So now when it comes to, especially a lot of my audience is small business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs who are doing a lot for themselves and for their business, like especially those solopreneurs, like myself, running a business and trying to wear all those hats, it's a lot.
Hmm.
So what are some of the signs that we can look for to detect burnout coming before it's a problem?
Yeah, I think the number one is just extreme fatigue. Usually, it starts like you
Mm,
just feel drained, and
yes.
and then it can go into lack of sleep, or sometimes vice versa. I don't can sleep well, but often it you still feel drained at whatever it is you're doing, or work, business. And when you feel drained, you're still losing interest, right? This does not fill your cup emotion as did before. You don't find
Yeah.
that spark anymore when you do it. Now you're just doing because you have to do it, just checking the boxes. When you lose
Yes.
that
Yep.
passion, you lose that drive, you're like, okay, I'm burnt out. And that, but we don't want to get to that point. So before you get to that point, there's things, yes, the fatigue will be there, but also, a system of stress. And there's different, like, so it's just like, I have something I have to take care of, and there's two more things, three more things. Oh, I'm feeling overwhelmed. And then the more I
Mhm.
push, and I get burnt out. Right? Maybe same thing, but different, different part of that, if of that spectrum, if you want, right? And so start picking up those red flags for yourself. Are you putting too much on your plate that you're neglecting other areas of your life? Right? Or are you doing too much on your own that you don't have a support system around the things that you love and care about? you know
That is so
and,
good.
and I
Yeah.
often tell, when I work with professionals, I say work or business is only a slice of the pie we call life. And I often doing that activity, I say, get a piece of paper, make a huge circle, pretend it's a pie or pizza or whatever you want that's in the circle, that no that is in the circle shape. And I want you then to start cutting out slices of everything that you call life, everything that makes your life. And people will start, like, if we start with work, work or business, and you'll be surprised, 90% of the time, especially the first time people do this, work often takes 75% of their life or more. And that's
Yes.
alarming.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Work is only a
Guilty.
portion. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And
we need definitely need to find a way to get some balance and some priorities,
exactly.
reestablish our priorities
Exactly.
and what gives us life.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Not everything has to be done on the no the same day, right away. And when you start realizing that, and sometimes doing it, the exercise helps people, especially people like me, are visual,
Yeah.
to actually see, like, whoa, I've given work too much of myself, and that's not
Yeah.
healthy. That's not
Yep.
healthy.
Oh, this is so good. And I know too, one of the things, so I want your opinion on this as
Hmm.
well. When it comes to self-esteem and low self-esteem and mental illness, I feel like there's a connection
Hmm.
there. And the reason why I say that is sometimes when I talk to some of my clients, I'm encouraging them to branch out and incorporate some video content into their marketing.
Hmm.
But I get a lot of hesitation.
Right.
And the reason why is, like, I feel like they're, shy about seeing themselves. They're, self conscious about being on video and how people are going to see
Hmm.
them. And I'm wondering, how you feel about that. Like, do you feel like, that inability to really put yourself out there and and be bold for your brand and for your company and just let people see you, does that connect it to mental health at all?
Yeah, no, overall well-being, yes, but I wouldn't say that necessarily if
Mhm.
someone is struggling to appreciate themselves or love themselves, that they necessarily have a mental illness. That's no, that not the case. But
Okay. Okay.
no, there is definitely component of well-being that's there that I want to touch on, because if you think about it, if you appreciate who you are,
Yeah.
you will have less struggle presenting yourself to others in any
Yes.
situation, not just on camera, in any situation, right? So we,
Yeah.
and wellness always starts with from within. And if you think about it, also for those of us, people in business, you are in business because you're trying to solve a problem, you're trying to be a solution to something,
Hmm.
right? So if you believe that your business is that, crucial to other people's lives because you are bringing a solution, how can you not share that with others? Right?
Yeah.
It's
No,
definitely
that's a
connected.
good
So the
point.
more you believe in your own idea, the more you believe that you are capable and and well equipped to to provide that solution, the more you will be running to share that solution. I had a mentor that told me when I started, I've been there myself. I remember starting and I'm like, I'm not doing a video. People knew me and what I was doing, but nobody even knew why I was doing what I do, until
Hmm.
my marketing, it was back then, my marketing consultant said, hey, what if you actually just do a little short video and tell people why you do this? And
Yeah.
you could hear my voice. We still have that video, and I share every May for Mental Health Awareness Month. And people that I've known for years, even when they watched that video the first time, like, I didn't know that you struggle with mental health challenges. That's how you end up doing this. And but this, I worked with people for years and years. They didn't know. But once I was able to, go through that, my voice shaking and all in that video, I was able to connect with the people that was there to serve, because it was
Oh, that's
not,
so
it
good.
was no longer just the words on the screen, it was no longer the graphic, the emoji. It's like, oh, this is someone who been there, done that, and is, get on the other side and can help us get there too. We talk a lot about, the like, no like and trust factor. Well, people don't build trust until they know you. People don't know you until they actually see you, the real you, not the you that hide behind all the stuff we put online, right?
Yes.
People want you.
Yep.
And so the more we work on ourselves, the more we start, one, believing in ourselves, and then believing on our dream, believing on our products, in our services, it becomes easier to come out there. And I still have old videos on our YouTube channel that I'm even ashamed sometimes to show. But then I remember why I do this. I'm like, we came from a long, long way. We came a long way, baby, right? Because it was like the quality was bad, and it's like, but the content was good, and I kept it there. And but also for me, when I go back and see the progression, I can see the growth. The more I start believing in myself, the more I believed in what I was doing, the more people believed in me and wanted to partner with me to actually have access to the solution I was providing.
I absolutely love that. I'm definitely gonna save this and share it with people whenever they start to hesitate or try to push aside the you know putting their face out there and putting their story out
Yeah.
there. Because yeah, I agree. When you just get vulnerable
Mm-hmm.
and be yourself, it's more authentic and people connect on a much deeper level, and
Yes.
your content starts to flow so much better.
Right.
We don't need to be perfect.
No.
We don't need to look perfect, be perfect, act perfect. We just need to be us and
Yes.
just
Yes.
let it
Right.
flow. That's so
And
awesome.
if I may add also, in
Yeah.
this world, digital life that we live, people are tired of fake
Mm-hmm.
because they've seen
Yes.
it so much and everywhere. And so
Yeah.
your clients are looking for the genuine, authentic you, because they can Google, data about whatever it is that you're posting there, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what brings it to life is when you add, human skin to it, and you are the human skin they're looking to see, they're waiting to see.
Oh, that's so good. I love it. Well, Chow, thank you so much for really taking your time to be with us. You have definitely shared some very inspirational words. I know that are going to really touch and help a lot of people that are going through burnout, that are going through insecurities. And I appreciate your wisdom. And I want you to share, if people want to connect with you directly, how would you like them to do that?
Yeah, probably my website will be your one, stop shop, I believe. So graceandhopeconsulting.com. On there you can see, all the things that I do, from writing, coaching, training, and also we have the links to social media platforms on the footer. If you want to jump straight on social media, look for me on LinkedIn. You can find me under Chou Hallegra.
Perfect. And I will be sure to link that as well
Thank you.
below so people can get right to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Well, yes, thank you. I really appreciate it. I look forward to future conversations with you,
Same
okay?
here. Thanks a lot.
All right. Shu, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me and share from the heart what we all can do today to build a stronger sense of mental health and take care of ourselves. We truly appreciate your wisdom. And if you want to learn more about Shu and how she can help you, you can find out more about her on our website, www.graceandhopeconsulting.com. Well, I truly hope you enjoy the series. Yes, it's a bit more serious than my usual content, but I take mental health very seriously, and I want to ensure as you prepare to put yourself and your company online that you can do it with care. Well, be sure to subscribe to our podcast, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on a podcast channel. And please do us a favor and share this content with someone you know that could benefit from the marketing tips and conversations we share. As always, our offer for a 1-hour free marketing consultation session is still available. So if you want to get some help developing a content marketing strategy, or especially one that is more mindful of how our content is affecting and infecting our mental health and the mental health of our followers. So I would love to hear from you so we can get some time together to go over that. In other words, other than that, guys, have a great week, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.